Alabama just added a quarterback to the 2026 class. We're going to take a look at Jett Thomalla today. Recently was committed to Iowa State, but just flipped to Alabama yesterday, the 17th. So 6'3.5", 205, Millard South in Nebraska. Let's take a look at what the Crimson Tide added to their 26 class. Obviously hasn't signed yet, but I'm going to hold my thoughts till towards the end of the video, but in the meantime, you guys let me know what you think about this kid. Anybody else in the 2026 class you want me to watch, whether it be Alabama or anyone, just let me know. So it's hard for me to say this without an understanding of the high school offense that he's running and knowing what his reads are supposed to be. And in a highlight tape, you don't really get to see the pre-snap reads. It's just more of obviously a selection of plays where the kid did well. We're not seeing the stuff that he does bad, but I feel like a lot of these throws happen on time. I don't think this kid has an elite arm. I don't think we're going to be talking about this kid with one of the better arms in the 26 class, but a lot of times it doesn't really matter because he's so early on his throws, and I mean that in a good way. Timing him very well, hitting the receivers right outside of the break, right at the break. With some of these kids with stronger arms, they can kind of get away with being a bit later on throws because they're able to fit into such a tight window. This kid doesn't have that arm, so he kind of has to be on time. And I think you see that a lot. I think you see really good ball placement downfield. I have a couple throws that we'll go back to after this tape's over that kind of want to highlight, but yeah, there we go. So like I was saying, he was timing throws very well. I think some of the shorter to mid-range, 5 to 10 yards, and then you see really good ball placement downfield also. I don't think the kid has a cannon, like I said, but does a good job getting this there before the safety and after the corner. And not this play, but the next one was another one I wanted to watch one more time. Same situation. Just beats the safety there. Doesn't let the safety get under the vert throw there. Really good back shoulder throw on this one. And then not this throw, but the next one. That was a fucking dot too. To me, this is all timing where only kid that realistically could make a play on this, I think it was a corner route here, maybe it was the backside drag or whatever, is this linebacker. And he sees this kid on his front foot, not going to be able to get underneath this corner here. Makes a great throw. So I like this kid a lot for Alabama. Already highlighted the stuff that I do like, but thinking at it more of a team level. Last year, obviously, they took Keelan Russell out of Duncanville. Massive get. Kid could probably play anywhere in the country. You can't get those kids that are coveted by every single school every year. You kind of have to, in the in-between years, especially with NIL now, you just don't have the resources to do it, and it's also not realistic to be able to convince every five-star to sit behind another five-star. It's just very difficult to do. It's a hard sell for a lot of kids. But Alabama did something similar not too long ago when they had Tua, obviously five-star, very highly recruited kid. Kid named Mac Jones came in between, even though I think Mac Jones is a bit older, but you kind of have to develop those lower recruited kids. Mac Jones, I don't really remember him coming out of high school. Mandarin, I think. That was a bit before my time watching high school football, but kind of a similar player where it's all about the pre-snap reads. It's not going to be about the physical traits. It's not going to be about the arm strength. It's going to be more about the mental aspect of quarterback, timing, all that. Mac Jones, very effective quarterback for Alabama in 2020. And then, the year after, obviously, they had Bryce Young, another highly recruited kid. So I just think you kind of see like the waves in recruiting where it's easy to get, not easy, but a school like Alabama, they're going to be in a competition for a five-star quarterback every year. And when I say stars, I'm not really talking about, oh, this kid's ranked by 24/7, he's good. I'm just saying more respected at the nationally recruiting stage, I guess. It might be a bit harder scouting on the in-between years for these top-ranked teams where they just can't get a five-star every year, and they kind of have to be a bit more, I think, artistic in their approach in finding a quarterback. I don't know if that argument makes any sense. You guys let me know, but if it's following. But I certainly think this is a good kid. I don't think it's a kid that you're going to be banging on the table to start day one, but down the road in the strength and conditioning program, learning the offense and all that, definitely a kid I could see being effective in a year or in 2 years. But you guys let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.